While we are done with the book of Judges, we are not done with the time of the Judges. Today we're going to read Ruth chapter 1, which does take place during that time period, but obviously, if you know anything about this book, it's a much brighter spot in that time period than the book of Judges itself was. In Ruth chapter 1, we read, during the time of the Judges, so there's our setup right there was a famine in the land. A man left Bethlehem in Judah with his wife and 2 sons to stay in the territory of Moab for a while. The man's name was Elimelech, and his wife's name was Naomi. The names of his 2 sons were Mahlon and Chilion. They were Ephrathites from Bethlehem in Judah. They entered the fields of Moab and settled there. Naomi's husband Elimelech died, and she was left with her 2 sons. Her sons took Moabite women as their wives. One was named Orpah, and the second was named Ruth. After they lived in Moab about 10 years, both Mahlon and Chilion also died, and the woman was left without her 2 children and without her husband. She and her daughters-in-law set out to return from the territory of Moab because she had heard in Moab that the Lord had paid attention to his people's need by providing them food. She left the place where she had been living, accompanied by her 2 daughters-in-law, and traveled along the road leading back to the land of Judah. Naomi said to them, "Each of you go back to your mother's home. May the Lord show kindness to you as you have shown to the dead and to me. May the Lord grant each of you rest in the house of a new husband." She kissed them, and they wept loudly. They said to her, "We insist on returning with you to your people." But Naomi replied, "Return home, my daughters. Why do you want to go with me? Am I able to have any more sons who could become your husbands? Return home, my daughters. Go on, for I am too old to have another husband, even if I thought there was still hope for me to have a husband tonight and to bear sons. Would you be willing to wait for them to grow up? Would you restrain yourselves from remarrying? No, my daughters. My life is much too bitter for you to share, because the Lord's hand has turned against me." Again they wept loudly, and Orpah kissed her mother-in-law. But Ruth clung to her. Naomi said, "Look, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and to her gods. Follow your sister-in-law." But Ruth replied, "Don't plead with me to abandon you or to return and not follow you, for wherever you go, I will go, and wherever you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord punish me and do so severely if anything but death separates you and me." When Naomi saw that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped talking to her. The 2 of them traveled until they came to Bethlehem. When they entered Bethlehem, the whole town was excited about their arrival, and the local women exclaimed, "Can this be Naomi?" "Don't call me Naomi, call me Mara," she answered, "for the Almighty has made me very bitter. I went away, but the Lord has brought me back empty. Why do you call me Naomi, since the Lord has opposed me and the Almighty has afflicted me?" Let me read that verse back up to 21. It says, "I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty. Why do you call me Naomi, since the Lord has opposed me and the Almighty has afflicted me?" So Naomi came back from the territory of Moab with her daughter-in-law Ruth the Moabitess. They arrived in Bethlehem at the beginning of the barley harvest. That is Ruth chapter 1. I'm going to repeat an ending that I repeated yesterday, not word for word because I make this up as I go, but yesterday I talked about inviting those of you who would like to read through the Bible with me and some friends for the year of 2026. In the comments, I'm going to put a link to a plan that we're going to be doing in the Bible app provided by YouVersion. The plan is called the Navigator's Bible Reading Plan. It's put out by the Navigators Group. If you haven't heard of them, Discipleship Journal is what it used to be called, the Discipleship Journal Bible Reading Plan. Discipleship Journal was a magazine. It's out of print now, and it was published by the Navigators. And so, since the magazine's gone, they now call it the Navigators Bible Reading Plan, since Discipleship Journal doesn't exist anymore. It was a good magazine. I subscribed to it for a while, and I liked it a lot. I've always liked the Navigators. They focus on the main things: walking with the Lord, reading, praying, being in fellowship, sharing the gospel. And so this reading plan is a nice plan. It will get you through the Bible in a year. But what it does that's a little different than other plans, you read from 4 different parts of the Bible every day. You read from the Gospels. You read a section from the rest of the New Testament every day. You read from the poetic books, which covers Job to Song of Solomon. So we read from the poetic books every day, and then we read a fourth portion, which covers the rest of the Old Testament. So all of it, all the Bible once in 1 year. No book is read twice. You don't read the Psalms twice. Don't read any of the New Testament twice. But what's nice about this 1 year plan is that it has 300 readings instead of 365, 25 readings per month. And then it's got some blank days at the end of the month. So what's nice about that is it recognizes our humanity. It's hard to do a 365-day plan year through the Bible. It's not impossible. I've done it many times and many people do, but for many it's a struggle. And even myself, when I do those, I usually miss a day here and there and double up. And this plan has some mercy in it, in that it allows you to miss, or allows us to miss 65 days in the year and stay caught up. So when you miss a day, just check off one of those boxes instead. I'm going to provide 2 links in the comments. One is the link to join the plan, where you can see the names of all of us, or at least the screen names of all of us who are doing the plan. And we, check the boxes where everybody can see it, so there's some accountability. We can discuss thoughts of things that impacted us in the reading to a limited degree. I don't like to let that section get out of hand. Also, the second link I will provide, besides using the app to track yourself, the Bible app, the other link will provide where you can actually print out a copy. You can print out 2-sided, fold it up into a little book, and that way you have a paper copy and you can check boxes to track your progress and to keep track of where you've left off. And I'm looking forward to it. Again, you're welcome to do that with me and my friends. What's nice too about it is that say you're just on track and you nail the 25 days and you're done with the month on the 25th, January 25th, you're done. And now you got 6 days of nothing. Well, if you're doing this video series, I'm covering a chapter a day, no matter what, go through the Bible in 3 years. And so that's one of the things I also am looking forward to. It's not like I have, 5 or 6 days a month where I'm not going to be doing anything. I'll have this chapter a day through this channel, and also through the app where I get this from. So anyway, that's a free invitation to anybody to participate. Love to have you along, and if not, and you're just doing this, or you're doing something else, that's wonderful too. But appreciate you watching the videos, and or listening, whatever you do. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.